up, heisters? We are back for yet another heist with ALMR or ALMR. 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 How you doing, chat? I don't have the other mic, so I hope this works. I felt it was a bit worse. Mic? Mic? Wrong mic? You can't hear me? Uh, it worked? No! Is it better now? Can you hear me? Nuclear, I know it's the wrong mic. Oh, it's the other mic is active. But can't you, my technician has disappeared. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello, heisters. Yes, now you can hear me. Okay, do I dare to fix this then? Alright, we're fixing this live. Live from New York. I'm gonna mute this one then. Is it okay? Can you hear me, fam? Heist with chair. Joycey. Technical difficulty stream. Ah! You're a funny one, Joycey. What the frick? What the frickerinos? What in the frickaroo? Alright, now I'm with you. Hello, everybody. How is Mr. ALMR doing today? I'm very, very well. Shout out Wichia. Thank you so much for asking. It's been an eventful period for Payday. It's great to finally have, what is it, chat? 18 days until the next update. Wah wah wee wah. Not far away at all. Kizu says, ALMR, as a relative regular, wanted to share really cool news. Got medicated for ADHD today. I can actually decide which bank to heist in real life now without struggling. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. I hope you feel great, broski. And always a pleasure seeing you in the stream, Kizu. Always. J-Punk saying, my faith in Payday 3 has restarted when I reinstalled the game to 2.0 Armor. That's awesome, J-Punk. Yeah, I definitely think Armor 2.0 is, and this new update is definitely going to be a big moment for the Payday 3 community and the Payday community at large. Whether or not you feel that we're progressing towards the right direction, or if you feel we're squandering the opportunity for a comeback. We'll see. I certainly hope you like what we've been cooking. I think the Armor 2.0 update is very good. Under Average says, hey, ALMR, I'm curious about holdout mode. It leaked way back when with a HUD update. Is it scrapped or still planned? It is still... not released is how I should put it under Average. As you say, holdout mode, which is a separate game mode we have been developing, is not something we have been communicating anything about. Reason being that we're not there where we are able to communicate about it. So we'll see when and if we bring up holdout mode again. But you have a keen eye under Average. It shows that you have been following the Payday news for a long time. Kizu continues, ALMR, do you have any decent hopes for future update cadence? I know you can't really communicate anything, but how are spirits in terms of that? I think with the new CEO stepping in, I definitely think the spirits are improved. I think the dev team has always been motivated. We have a fantastic group of developers here pushing content for you heisters to enjoy. But there will definitely be positive changes, I believe, and let's wait and see how things develop, yeah? John Alighieri says, I'm not really focused on armor as much as the cop buffs. I really like it. Watching Noli felt like watching absolute chaos, and it looked great. That's great, John. Conball continues, hope that this is the start of a massive comeback for Payday 3. Also, hi Conball, welcome to the stream. Damien Sin says, blur mirrors back. Am I still blurring? No way, dude. Why does the camera keep losing focus for a second? Yeah, you tell me, bro. You tell me, man. Maybe it's not focusing on... maybe my beard... My glorious beard is too much to handle for this weak-ass camera. It just simply cannot render the many single hairs of beard that it takes to do this. You're blurring. Am I blurring again? Should I sit further away, maybe? I think it's blurring because it's trying to focus on me. Am I blurring now, fam? It seems okay now. Sumiko88 saying, Almir looking sharp as ever. Thank you so much. Wearing that classic Overkill hoodie. You love to see it. Look at that. Look at that OG logo. Can you see it? Oh, the thing is in the way. You see? You want to wear one of these hoodies, fam? You seeing that? Yeah, this is old school, chat. Maybe I should do a stream like this. You know, never face you. Almir, give us... You know what? I felt like keeping this on. I'm gonna do this. There you go. This is me today. Hey, Almir, any word on a prestige or infamy system? Thank you for your question, John. Unfortunately not. I think the Payday 2 infamy system is great. I spent a lot of time working on that with the team. And I would love to see something like that for Payday 3, but that's nothing we have communicated as of now. ASDF says, is your mouth less tied than the after the self-publishing deal? ASDF, have you been to my streams? The only thing I've been hearing recently is I'm unhinged. But no, I wouldn't say my mouth is more or less cable tied than before or after the news. I'm just doing me, man. Events in the world come and go, my friend. I'm just continuing being me. Ricky Fingers 187 saying Keyguard Goblin. What the frick? You're hingeless, says Joycey420. My God. I'm like a door. I'm essentially what Hagrid did when he opened the door and went to collect Harry Potter. What are you looking at? Humongous Terminator Daddy says, I remember when Almir shaved his beard for charity and suddenly looked like he had to show ID to buy alcohol. Oh boy, did I. Oh boy, did I. Did I indeed. Are we doing, everybody? Henry the God says, Papa Almira, have you and the team thought of working with the mod community? Absolutely, dude. And I think mod community deserves a lot of praise. You know, chat, if you've been with me for a long time, I've always been an ally to the modding community. I would love to see us help you further that cause, but we'll see what we have to communicate on modding in the future. Kizu says, you're a rotating door actually, carrying all the controversies for Payday. What the frick, Kizu? Robert Banks says, news with Almir is back. No, this is Heist with Almir, or currently actually chat with Almir. Lexi says, hey Almir, can we get a flamethrower in Payday 3? Maybe. Atomic Dominic says, Almir, have you gotten to play around with Armor 2.0 yet? If so, do you have any do you have a favorite setup yet? I have opinions. I shall savor them until we play as a team together with the community. put your heist on the phone, says Marina Top Hat. Wow, Marina Top Hat. The frequent ALMR gaming viewer. You love to see it. How are we doing, Mario? Hope you're well, dude. We gotta catch up soon. Would love to chat with you for a moment, yeah? Mr. Kane says 2 things. Are there any plans to let us change the weapons on our AI teammates? And when will we be able to see loot value in-game? The first one, I have nothing on. The second one, I know is an issue that we're investigating. And I, of course, want you to be able to see loot value in-game. I have gone on many tirades regarding that. It is very basic functionality that might take a long time to develop, depending on what your context is. But my point being, you being able to see what you steal is very important in a heist game that is about stealing. And if you pick up a lot of loose cash and you have no idea of its value, or if the game's not telling you that, I think you have a problem. So I certainly hope we will address that. I Smokin' with the first time chat on Twitch. What is up, dude? Saying excited for the next update, dude. You and me both. I Smokin'. Where's Disco Molly, says Joycey420. I unfortunately have no news today at all. Even Maskmania masks. Unfortunately not. And apologies you've had to wait and continue to wait so long. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. ALMR, where can I get your jacket? I like the Overkill jacket. Lexi, this is a developer-only crew jacket. You see that? It says crew. You cannot purchase this. It is only for developers. Frick me, I thought you had a glass of whiskey. What kind of whiskey are you drinking, dude? This is the Black Gold. This is coffee. Sorry for the noises. Irish coffee, perhaps. Yo. Yo. That ain't Pepsi. You have a point, Damien Sin. I misspoke. The Black Gold is indeed Pepsi. Hamzy277 says, does anyone know the reason for the delay of the masks? I feel a bit out of the loop. Essentially, Hamzy277, the unfortunate thing is that it has there has been some issues with the content. The content is ready, but the way it was supposed to be delivered to you in the community is not. So the team is working out a way to best deliver the Maskmania masks to the Payday community. Nuclear says heist with ALMR. Yes, exactly. Lexi asks, can you sell the same jacket with Heister mask and Overkill brand? That would be cool, Lexi. I'll tell the developers who are working with merch to look into that. Gagartech says, can we have Sydney? You have Sydney in Payday 2. Sydney for Payday 3 is unaccounted for. We do not know where Sydney is currently in the world of Payday. Krabby Gangster looking for those karma points, saying, speaking of Payday franchise, ALMR, were there any other cancelled games we don't know about that I can clip and karma farm on Reddit? I'm just kidding, Krabik. You know I love you. Are there any other cancelled? Yes, there is one, actually. You want to hear it, Krabik? We were making a game called Rockhounds, which was 10 years ago. Okay, making a game is too far. You can't say we were doing that. It was on the paper stage, so just the design. But it was called Rockhounds, and essentially it was, we made Raid World War II. Shout out to the Raid and Lion Game Lion devs, fantastic people. But this was essentially Payday in Colombia. So imagine you're 4 mercenaries who do exactly what the Payday gang are doing, which is rob stuff and get paid. Only it was a bit more militarily inclined, focused on military stuff. But I don't think, and it would of course be tied into Payday. That was the whole point. So who in the Payday gang is ex-military? Come on, chat. You can do it. You can do it. Who's ex-military in the Payday gang? Chains. Thank you very much, Higgy. Or Chains boy, says Gidget. Indeed, chat. Well done. Tactato TV says Hila, which is correct and funny, but not what I was looking for. Thank you. That never came to fruition, obviously, because personally, from my perspective, I don't think it was a good idea. That's it. But it's the same thing. Like, you want to hear another one, Karabik? When we did you remember the April Fool's joke with Payday animation? Payday, grab everything that you can. Payday, all to the van. So I got in touch with the way that started was that I got in touch with Harry Partridge, who is an amazing animator. Shout out to you, Harry. And asked him, would you be up for doing a Payday animation with us? Because I was looking for us to produce Payday anime, right? I'm a big anime fan growing up, whether it's Western, Eastern, you name it. And we worked together, Harry and I, for a year, okay, on this April Fool's joke. Long time, Heisters, a year. And then you might go, but ALMR, if you worked on the animation trailer for a year and it's only 2 minutes, what happened? Well, the deal was that Harry would animate 20 minutes of animated content. But unfortunately, we had a few hiccups and it ended up being a 2-minute video. So imagine a world, a timeline, where you would have gotten a 20-minute Payday animation. And that would have been a case then for me to say to management, hey, we should do this, because people loved it. But there you go. Animation does take a long time, Tactato TV, but it takes even longer if you're not doing what you're supposed to. So let's just say the split between me and Harry was amicable, but I am still sometimes dreaming about these 18 minutes that we never got, Heisters, on our behalf. I'm thinking about that. Murder K pseudonym says, I had heard in the past his work pace was not great. Yeah, and I mean, I won't comment on other people's work cadence, efficiency, and so on. Let's agree, Meredith, that making hand-drawn animations is time-consuming. We can all agree to that. But at the same time, there is also that, and there is also, but we said we were going to do this, but we didn't, even though we estimated the time properly, right? So I'm not trying to throw any shade on him. I think he did a great job, but at the end of the day, I paid for 20 minutes, and I got 2. But the joke is fantastic, and I can still to this day look at that trailer and go, God damn, this is so good. And, I could even go so far as to argue that when I set that up, the whole animation was only an excuse to get Simon Vickland to do the intro song, which is amazing, right? And here's another Payday trivia for you. Did you know at the time of its making, when we made that song, because we thought it was such a banger, because it is, right? It's Payday song that we use for the animated trailer. Simon and I were seriously at the time considering admitting the song to Melodifestivalen, to the Eurovision Song Contest, as Sweden's offer. But the rules of Eurovision is that the song that you write to Eurovision has to be exclusively written for Eurovision, right? It cannot be a song that you have released previously. So in my mind, if we would have gone through with it, I would have thought that we would have had the Payday gang on stage with the singer who does the song, an amazing singer, I can't recall his name right now, as the front man doing the song. Moomin, exactly. 12 points go to Sweden. It's Payday. That would have been hilarious. And you know me. I mean, if it would have been possible, I definitely would have gone through with it. And Simon was definitely game too. He was game at the time. Bender's Bag says, "Hey, Almir, hope you're having a good day. Any plans for the weekend outside of Payday? I hope everything is well." Thank you so much, dude. I hope everything is well with you. Anything? Yes. I'll be watching some shows. I'm currently pushing through the final few episodes of Breaking Bad. We have to cook, Jesse. Because, I'm in the empire building business. You feel me? Other than that, I'll probably chill. I'll probably walk my dog, Neo. I'll be playing some video games. I'll be setting up... Drumroll. I'll be setting up ALMR Gaming again for streaming. Yeah, you heard me. We're back, baby. So we'll be jumping on ALMR Gaming, I hope, this weekend. And I know, I've been saying that many times before, but I'm feeling it. The spirit of the chair is strong within me. Almir is the one who knocks. Indeed, Joycey. Thank you. Finally, a kind comment from you. Jesus Christ, it took long. The Goblin says we're so back ended. When will the cheese toast get a glow up? Says 33 Abyssal. Is the build that partners played missing the content, or is it just 3 months of no update then just Armor 2.0? Good question, 33 Abyssal. Even though it's served in a bit passive aggressive way, if you don't mind me saying, and I can take that. I have thick skin aced. Don't worry about it. But still, just want to point that out. Thank you very much. So the update will include more things than just Armor 2.0, even though Armor 2.0 is a significant feature, I would argue, since it's meta gameplay and it will positively, I hope, impact all players, whether or not you're into customization. But there are a few more things. And whether or not it will satiate your thirst, Abyssal, is a different question. And that's feedback I'm happy to take when you've checked it out. Abyssal continuing saying, not meaning to be toxic, lol. I know, dude. Still had to point it out, though. It's like saying, frick you. And I mean that, no offense, but frick you. Kizu says, thick skin aced. I think you have a whole public relations anarchist perk deck at this point. Olmao, yes, indeed. I can share you my build later, Kizu, if you're interested. Soul90 says, I think Almir will play Schedule 1. Lol. I think there's been enough meth cooking with me watching Breaking Bad currently. I don't think I need to play that too. What I've been playing, though, is, I've got a great... love for Creative Assembly and the Total War series. I've been a fan since the first Shogun way back in the early 2000s, late 1990s. An amazing game series, truly. And I just love playing on Legendary difficulty, and I am currently achievement hunting all the factions. So I stopped playing Beastlord. I was playing with Beastlord, going for the legendary run. I was on turn 100, I think, going for the long victory goal, but I was feeling it wasn't a good run, so I restarted last night with who am I playing now? I restarted with Kislev. I haven't finished a run with Kislev, so I'm playing with Lady Katarina and the Frost people and their arrows and guns and all that. Hey, Almir, are the DLC guns going to get presets? No information on that. Syntax error 5. Thank you for the question, though. Kizu says, speaking of playing games, how about some Payday? Yes! We will be playing Payday, but not the Payday you think. Because I will be playing... It's Thursday. It's been an intense week. I just want to drill the vault, alright? I just want to drill the vault, okay? This is what's got. This is the remaining 32 minutes of this stream. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Ghost 19T says, I love that this dude looks like Santa Claus, but without white hairs. Do I? What? Do I look like Santa? Really? Thank you. I think that's a compliment. Are you being naughty or nice now, Ghost? Tell me straight away. I can know if you're lying, okay? What game were you just talking about, says the official Lucifer? I was talking about Warhammer Total War 3, or Total War Warhammer 3. So, in my case, I am a huge fan of both Total War and Warhammer. So, for me, it's heaven playing that game. Ray the 177 says Total War Warhammer Hammer. Exactly. The thing you said. Ghost 19T says white hair is a sign of old age. God damn. Either that or heavy usage or of something. Tactato TV Nuclear with a highlighted message forwarding Tactato TV's message saying, Almir, please, I beg you, which heist is the best boyfriend according to that? Which heister? Well, I mean, who would be the best boyfriend? If you remember the live action trailer we did with Chains, he has a girlfriend there in the beginning. Maybe he is good at relationships. What do you think? 33 Abyssal says gray hair is a sign of experience in robbing banks. Word. Hada Hadison says, how many clicks is required to open that vault? 20,000, I think. Beyond yesterday saying, will we ever get some kind of crime fest for Payday 3? Maybe, but it has not been announced. Good morning, Almir, says the okay person. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are okay. Payday 3 x Payday 3 Colamp when, says Tyke the Cool. Almir, I want to see your shirt, says Right Out. Alright, I'm going to show it with my not losing the game. Do you see it? Am I winning? This is my shirt. You can see it, right? This game is the real Payday 3, says Oskped4. Let's go. Almir, please, we need No Mercy Hospital again, says Sharon Uchiha. Encelado says, Almir, is there any chance other weapons will get weapon-exclusive mods? I want to use the EO Tech, but it's exclusive to the FAMAS. I certainly hope not, but there is always the risk of that. I'm taking your feedback into account, Encelados. Thank you, appreciate it. Do you have any plans on making a pseudo-dodge-focused armor? Says Hubert. We spoke of that together with Patrick when he was here yesterday. Patrick is a QA manager, a QA boss on the Payday 3 dev team. And we said that there is now, with Armor 2.0, a new foundation for how armors work. And if we choose to expand on that system, that is possible. The question is only what, when, and if. Kartatai says, I can feel we're getting Big Oil Deluxe soon. Kartatai, I will shadow ban you, okay? You will be talking about Big Oil to yourself soon. If we're going to have a safe house, Neo has to be there. it's I think it's a great comment, Krabik. Appreciate you saying that. I will say it reminds me of one of the last dinners I had with Mikael Nermark. May he rest in peace, our previous CEO. When we were in Los Angeles together, him and I and a few others, pitching Payday 3, right? Because we were looking for a partner to make the game with. This was many years ago. He told me, Almir, if you pay for this very expensive dinner, I will make sure that Neo is credited in Payday 3. And I was like, deal. And I think that dinner was $500, $600. So not a cheap dinner, all right? And he wrote on the back of the bill, he signed it. We used that as a contract. But since his passing, I chose not to act on it because it was between him and I. But yeah, so that your comment made me think of that, Krabik. Sorry for the deep cut, but you got me, dude. Almir, do the fake end stream thing again since Beyond Yesterday. It's not fun if you ask for it Beyond Yesterday. It's only fun if I do it because I'm pissed. Because you bring that shit up all the time with the oils and the bigs. Official Lucifer. Everybody, we got Satan back in chat. Almir, what about some samurai or Japanese-themed content and masks? Yeah, that would be cool. Imagine we get Jiro into Payday 3 and he comes with a shit ton of awesome Japanese-inspired items. That would rock hard. Almir, will we get Heat Street in Payday 3? The gang still hasn't learned their lesson and get double-crossed by Matt for the third time and have to chase him again. That would be hilarious, Farah. That would actually be a lot of fun. Okay, chat. As soon as I was about to say, as soon as I die on stream, but as soon as I fail the drill simulator, I'm gonna end the stream, alright? Just so you know. So we only have one life. That's when you're gonna get the fake end stream Beyond Yesterday, but it's gonna be real. Abyssal says, will Party Power have an on-the-table Easter egg? We'll see. I've wanted to do table memes in-game, but there's also been voices saying internally that, yeah, maybe we shouldn't joke about that. But I think at this point in time, it's all game. We can joke about it. The damage is already freaking done. We have to be able to joke about things, right? Can coin. Did any of you buy any can coins? Okay. Maybe how many needs a clicker? There are programs for that, right? Have a great rest of your day, Almir, and everyone. Thank you, Lucifer. Take it easy, dude. We yearn for table memes, says Beyond Yesterday, indeed. John Allegri says, I love Heat Street. You Italian, John? Sounds like an Italian surname. Allegri. Kizu says, were overskills originally balanced around the Armor 2.0 update? If both Jacket and Armor 2.0 and the cop-ups were meant to be in December, overskills balance makes more sense. Yes, you could argue that we've had some issues getting certain content out of the gate. That is part of why you have had to wait. So absolutely, these things were designed during the same period. So let me know, Kizu, if you think things align when Armor 2.0 is out and available. The OK person says, Almir, is it possible to add a dance floor to Payday 3 at all? Yeah, I mean, we have a whole nightclub for you. Krabby Gangster says, do you know why Elizabeth is no longer on the official streams as a streamer? Nothing bad happened. We're gonna talk more about that in the near future, Krabik. Don't worry, nothing's happened like that, but I think it's better she talks about it. Lexi says 17 more days to 2.0, indeed. Revi asks, what's your favorite heist in Payday 2? Slaughterhouse is always my go-to answer. I miss Slaughterhouse. I haven't been playing Payday 2 in a while now. I would love to see a Payday 3 version of Slaughterhouse, and I did bring it up. As I've said in the past, we also had No Mercy on the table for Payday 3, but decided to go with First World Bank. Bye, Joycey. How about that Payday the High stream you promised? Oh my god, Moomin! You're putting me on the spot here. Don't bring up things I've promised and not delivered on. You're gonna bring that ALMR BS Listo thing to reality. No, you are indeed right, Moomin. I apologize. I will send you flowers. We will indeed need to do a Payday the Heist stream, and I would love to play it properly and max level and enjoy it for a bit. It's been far too long. Tectato TV says ALMR Fisto. What? I've never heard that before. Real spooky dance lessons. Let's go. Crasher Basher says, if I asked hard enough, can I be a heister in the game? If by hard enough you mean you want to pay us $10 million, yeah, well, let's add you to the game, dude. ALMR BS Listo with the servers staying up, promise, says Kizu. Oh my god. 33 Abyssal says, ALMR high testosterone Listo. What the frick? Is that some kind of synonym to Sigma? 33 Abyssal? ALMR, did you hear that RoboQuest development is over? Higgy mentioned it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think they should have kept working on that game. And added some DLC content and so on. But what do I know? And some free heists, I was about to say. Some free maps and so on. That's fine. He can ignore me, but I will only get more annoying the closer it gets to June. What the frick, idiot. I've been ignoring you, but I read that and I was like, oh my god, what am I... What if I steal $10 million from you and promise to give it back? Ooh, you're starting to sound like Walter White, Meredith. No, I'm not gonna give you your money. Okay, here's your money. I buried your money in the desert. Who's the best kisser in the Payday gang, says Tectato TV. The best kisser in the Payday gang. Has to be Altstone, right? Or does he count? I'm gonna go play Payday 2 VR by ALMR. Enjoy, take the cool. That is an excellent choice. British Alighieri is like Dante is my favorite poet. Ah, okay. Very cool, John. You're British from the Isles. Okay, person says Breaking Bad heist. Well, I mean, if you've watched Breaking Bad, you will know that Watch Dogs is inspired from Breaking Bad. You will know that Cook Off is inspired from Breaking Bad. Except in that version, the cooks are dead. In our game, that is. So there is a lot of Breaking Bad references in Payday. We even went so far to hire Gus Fring himself, right? So, pre-planning. What? A meth-making heist based on a meth-making show? No way. Gidget Goblin. Nobody asked you to be sassy today, okay? Nobody can deal with that level of sass you're currently exposing. Krabic says, I hope Neo was the chief tester for Armor 2.0. Was he satisfied? Yeah, Neo has not touched Armor 2.0, unfortunately. I will see if I can get him to try it later today. Panda 2000 says, hello. Hello. Nuclear says, Elmer, if I ever visit Sweden, can I visit Starbase? Maybe. Reach out to us when and if you do, and we'll see if it's possible. Sometimes we shut the studio down for vacation. Sometimes we can't allow external people to come in here because we're heisting and so on. But sometimes we let people come here and have a look. WVCP21 says, Almir, Party Powder is an original heist, right? Yes. When Big Toys heist, says Cherrybox. That is a good question, bro. We should drop it. Katatai says, imagine Lalo Salamanca as a heister. That would be, yeah, that would be crazy, right? Imagine Hector Salamanca. Imagine a mission with him. You have to deal with him for whatever reason. WVCP21 says, Omir, when are you going to do Doc Miserable with Tali? Not today. Let's agree on that. But we will do it. I've spoken to Elizabeth about it. Beyond yesterday says, Noli didn't even leak the weapon in the stream yesterday. Yeah, well done, Noli. Well done. Tuco Salamanca, Cesar Arison, yeah. Tuco. Tuco, his cousin. Also a fantastic actor. Crazy 8, Tuco, Gus Fring, what's his name? Don Emilio, Don Emmanuel. That whole story arc is brilliant. 10 out of 10. Spar says, how's the mood at Starbreeze? Are you hopeful that you can turn Payday 3 around or nah? I definitely think... Kartatai says, Don El Audio. What the frick? I definitely think there is hope for Payday 3. There is a chance for Payday, absolutely. With a community like this, how could there not be? The only question is for us to lead by proof. We cannot tell you that it's going to be okay. We have to show you. Am I right? Zeus says, hey Almir, will we ever have a way to customize our crosshairs even more? I certainly hope so. I think customizing your crosshairs is a very important part in a very action-packed first-person shooter like this is. Abyssal says, Homie, I played this all day and got 100k clicks, thinking there would be keep funny videos of you speaking. Then there just wasn't another one. After a while, I did all that clicking for nothing. Well, I mean, it goes like the saying, right? Time enjoyed, wasting is not time wasted. But it sounds like you weren't enjoying that wasted time, so maybe it was a bad move. I'm sorry. Krabic says, I think we need a new mask for Hawa. She's a great community manager, and she deserves it. We'll see if we can get Gleam to make a mask for her. Fremic says... Oh, Fremic. No, Fremen. That's the Dune people. Fremic says lasers and flashlights. When? Also, two great suggestions that ought to be implemented, but I have no time frame for that as of now. Dun dun dun. Gotta get. Gidget the Goblin says, my goth ass needs actual black milk now. What the frick did I step into? Crasher Basher says, can we get the little friend as an overkill weapon? That'd be fantastic. Yes. If we agree with Universal that we are allowed to use the little friend trademarked Scarface gun, then absolutely. We could go for the gun itself and just call it the small pal, maybe, and we can get away with it. Yeah, have you tried the new overkill weapon, the small pal? Maybe that would work. Can you do a lies with ALMR at some point? I want to hear you say that you're adding big oil tomorrow on the stream. Wow. Wow. I would never hear the end of it. Dear DNS says, when Krusty Krab heist, the Payday crew needs the recipe for juicy burgers. On that I agree. What the frick? Santaro says, so when is Starbreeze going to actually talk about offline mode? Soon, I hope, but I have no word on that as of now, Santaro. Geno5 says, Payday 3 lost the heat feeling. A sound gun feeling rework is needed, in my opinion. It feels like the guns don't do damage. I hear you, Geno5. That might be because Payday 2 is very different from Payday 3 in the sense that Payday 2 is much more of a horde shooter, whereas Payday 3 is not. So I think you would have to lower the cop healths or increase the weapon damage to get that similar Payday 2 feel. But in that case, you would also have to rework the spawn rate of cops. Lock the frick in, says Tactable TV. Let's go. The cat says moderately sized oil. Oh my god. Okay, person. Almir, quick, end the stream. The cops are here, says Kiso. What the frick? Almir, can you add a harpoon gun for an overkill weapon? Lol, says okay, person. Maybe. Deadbeat Spark says, Almir, keep clicking if big oil will return. All right. Fantastic. So, on behalf of humanity, I would like to wish you all an excellent weekend. Have a brilliant Friday, everybody. Enjoy the fact that there is no big oil in Payday 3. Let's all delight in that fact. All right. I will indeed say hi to Neo from you, I Smokin'. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for an interesting week. Next week, we will be back, hopefully, with more news and other fun stuff related to Payday. All right, fam? So, Moomin427 saying, thank you so much for the stream. Looking forward to ALMR Gaming stream. I hope I won't miss it. I'll make sure you won't miss it, Moomin. You're in European time, so I'll try to find a good slot where you can join in, yeah? Either way. And Abyssal says, you have to keep streaming for 9 minutes, you scammer.